Welcome to This Week with Old Sarge. This week, talking about the Office of Professional Standards, the troopers. That police, the state police, acronym is OPS, which is pretty doggone close to the word oops. You make an oops, people from oops are going to come and see you. So way back when, I was assistant station commander of Superstation Sussex. Shout out to you guys. And we had a little difficulty. We had a missing portable radio. Yep, one of those many items of equipment that the troopers will sign out at the beginning of every shift and return at the end of that shift. Squad supervisor on duties does a doggone inventory of all that equipment at the beginning of every shift. So if something's missing, find out quick, fast, and in a hurry, and we get it found. So we're looking for this portable radio. We're looking everywhere, looking through all the log sheets, who had it last. We are tracking this thing like a doggone bloodhound. We are picking up troop cars, opening up all the doors, giving them a big old shake and see what falls out of them things. We're flipping seats up. We're going through everything in the doggone troop cars in the station, everywhere else, checking with the repair folks. Did it go down for repair and somebody didn't log it properly? We're looking everywhere for this thing, can't find it. Whoo! Now I know who had it last. A doggone done verified who had it last. It looked like it was this junior trooper right out of the superstation, but in fact it was not. It was a more senior trooper that had this thing last. Saw right there on the overtime sheet. Day after that junior trooper had it, this fella signed it out and took it on an overtime patrol. Give him a little email, because I know this fella, and say, hey, do me a favor, do a little checking, see if you got this thing laying around there somewhere. Maybe you put it in your doggone patrol bag or something, just forgot to put it back in the charger when you were done with it. Just give a look. Take a look through your troop car, all that kind of stuff. See if you can't find this thing. First thing I get back from him is like, I put that thing back, I ain't got it. I'm like, well, you're the last one that had it, and I'm just asking you to spend 15 minutes of your doggone valuable day to take a doggone look for it. Get an email back from him. I ain't got it. I put it back. Don't know anything about it. It's like, well, sound like this is a case for oops. Go in and talk to the new station commander. Said that portable radio we've been trying to find. He's like, yeah, I'm tracking. I says, well, we've exhausted all the avenues here. This thing is definitely gone. Need to do an internal investigation on this thing. Got to call oops. Now, oops, they are troopers that investigate other troopers. But these folks, their mandate, like a bulldog chomping into something, turn your personal life inside out, turn your professional life inside out, find out everything that's ever been going on with you. Unscrupulous sometimes. Get a little overboard. Don't have to go as far as they go sometimes to find out what the hell's going on. Get a little ahead of themselves. Well, oops shows up and starts doing her thing, but in the meantime, I got transferred down to the Hope Station. Shout out to you guys. So I'm sitting down there as the assistant station commander, get a phone call from oops. Said, we have interviewed everybody else. We need to talk to you. Come on down. Anytime's good. I'm at your disposal. Come on down, we'll have a chat. Fellow from oops shows up, know him because I've been around a while. We worked at a couple stations together before we went to the doggone dark side over there in oops. And this fella, he's pretty doggone headstrong. He thinks he's got it all figured out. He's sitting there telling me how to cow ate the doggone cabbage. He's shelling down the corn all the way to the cob the way he sees it. This young trooper up there at the super station, he lost this thing. I'm going to burn this guy down. I'm going to ruin his career. I'm going to turn him inside out. I'm going to make him wish he ain't been born. I'm sitting there listening to all this going, yeah, He finally stops and takes a breath, and I said, that young trooper ain't the last one that had that radio. Oh, really? This fellow's ex-detective. He thinks he's covered all of his doggone bases. Well, hold up. Let me let this dumbass old country boy me square you away a little bit with some sharp edges. I happen to know he ain't the last one that had the doggone thing. And he's like, oh, really? Who was it? I said, well, it's going to be a name you recognize. He used to be in Oops. And now he's in your little sister unit right across the hall from where y'all work. Oh, really? Yeah, really. How's that? So I shows him the proof. And he's like, well, ain't that interesting? He said, I looked at those overtime sheets at the station. That page must have been messing with his name on it. I said, well, now ain't that interesting? Do tell. Because I got some independent proof that says he is. He's like, oh. He says, you know what? I'm going to take care of this. And I'm like, really? You going to burn him down like you going to burn that junior troop down? Or it's just going to kind of, somebody going to pick up the edge of the carpet, we just going to kind of sweep that right under? He's like, no, I'm going to take care of this. And I'm like, well, I'll be interested to hear how things go. You know how things went? There's a big old lump underneath the carpet, apparently. Don't trip when you're walking through there. Some people a little more equal than other people. As long as you understand that, you're going to do all right in this life. So, it's always nice when OPS thinks they got something, and you jerk that doggone rug out from underneath them good enough, they can put a pile of something else underneath it. Well, good for OPS. Woo! Champions extraordinaire. I got you. Old country boy got you. So I don't think anything happened to this feller. Oh, well, what can you do? Drive on, take care of business, take care of your troops. Make sure they don't get jammed up for no doggone reason. Right, Christmas Pig? That's right. Christmas Pig says yes. So, as you can see, we still got the Halloweenist lights up because they're still working, so they're going to stay up until they ain't working no more. So, shout out section this week. Shout out to all my B troopers out there doing the JOB, doing it right the first time, every time without fail, holding true to their oath they swore to the Constitution of these United States and the state they're working in. Don't work for no politician, no bureaucrat. You are one of the people, the organizations that secure everybody else's civil rights according to the Constitution. So we appreciate what you're doing. So thank you very much. And yeah, best be keeping track of each other now, doggone it. Other guarantors of our rights underneath the Constitution, the armed forces of these United States, and we appreciate you all working at home and overseas, keeping us safe, standing a post, holding that line. We appreciate you. And you don't work for no doggone bureaucrat or politician either. You work for the people of this country according to the oath you swore to the Constitution. So we appreciate what you're doing. So thank you. Thank you very much. So till next week, me and Christmas Pig, bye now.